Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Yeah. as I can. So you can get this groove in the back of a can. To make it round the world with the holes in your hand. Popcorn world. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. I said popcorn make you smile. Ah. Popcorn world. Popcorn world. Popcorn world. It's a popcorn world. It's a popcorn world. There's no mystery. Let's make history with the five. Oh, the strong 2 and 3. Add 1 more plus me and be the 5. Yeah, we keep it on the floor. And the funk plus 4 and you got 5. I said before.
How about that? We are here. We are here. Ready to do a great show for you tonight. That is my little brother right there, Chad Major, in all of his splendor. I'm
What's
Gordon
up?
Spence. The 5 is down to 2 tonight, but we're going to keep it going.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because that's what we do, man. That's what we do here on the 5. We keep it going. If my mama was here, she'd say, "One monkey don't stop no show," but I don't want to say that because
Yeah, it's
it now.
a little wrong, man. It's a little wrong.
Yeah, I hear it differently now than I did when I was a kid. So it's all good, mama. But I just can't use that one no more. Like,
Not in the world we live in now.
Not in the world we live today. That one don't really fly like it used to. You feel me?
Yeah.
But it's all good. Listen, got a busy show for you tonight, man. A lot of stuff to discuss. A lot of stuff to break down. Let's not delay it. Let's get right to it. Let's start with the NFL news. Man, Jamar Chase and T. Higgins or Abbott and Costello. What do you want to call them? Frickin' frack. Whatever name you want to put up to thing 1 and thing 2. Whatever historical dynamic duo that you want to put on their name, what you can call them is paid. They have become the highest paid duo in the history of football. The thing we call football. In the NFL, they are the highest paid duo ever. Jamar Chase got a check that says on his check, Chad, $161 million for 4 years. That's what his check say.
Sound real good, man. That sounds real good.
Sounds pretty good. And 112 of that is guaranteed. Guaranteed. So that's what his check looked like. T. Higgins' check ain't nothing to sneeze at though. It's a pretty decent check also. His is gonna say 115 million first 2 years guaranteed, which amounts to be $57.5 million. So both of them are doing all right.
Man.
Combined, they are making $276 million for the next 4 years, with a combined guaranteed amount of $169.5 million.
Mm.
That's not bad.
Most of it, most expensive receiving core at this point.
At this point.
Yeah.
By the way, $40 million per for Jamar, $28.75 million per for T. Jamar officially resets the market for everybody. Like, I think he's the highest non-paid player.
Yeah.
That's not a quarterback.
You think that
40
guarantee is
mil.
too that per year is too low for T Higgins, or you think it's just right? He could have got more in the open market for sure.
I think he could have got more in the open market, but I think he's thinking, when I'm done, I'll be 28, 29, hopefully still in good health. I'll probably get a nut. But it probably won't be here. So, you know what I'm saying? So I think he took what he could negotiate and stay in that environment.
Yeah.
But is it too low? You know, I've been saying all along it was too low.
Yeah.
I've been saying all along, I think T. Higgins is a bona fide one, and I think he needs to leave. But he chose to do this. It wasn't my decision. He chose this. He chose this life.
I mean,
So,
if you're gonna double team Jamar, I guess you're gonna get the majority of the balls if that's the case. So, I guess.
And he is, but it's just, I don't know. Listen, he did what he did. He made the decision he made. It's a done deal now. So
Some people are not comfortable being number one.
some people are not comfortable with being number one, bro. And so maybe he's that guy.
Yeah.
Maybe he's a guy that's like, nah, I'm good on number one. I don't even want to do that.
Yeah. Joe Burrow, very happy man, but I don't know what kind of other flexibility they have to sign anybody else at this point.
Well, they don't. They have enough to sign Hendrickson, and then that's it. I mean, they basically saying we're gonna run it back.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Listen, what kind of team does this make them? The same team is what it does. It's like it won't be any different at all. It'll be exactly the same team that they had basically last year. So if that's what you want, then okay, you're getting what you want. Now, is that
middle of the
enough to
pack,
right? Is that enough to win a title? I don't know. What you think, Chad? Is that enough?
No, you're gonna need some other pieces because they didn't have a good record last year, if I can remember. So they definitely need to improve in some areas.
Well, it ended up being better than what it was what it had started out being, but it wasn't good enough to get them over the hump. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like it didn't get them over the hump at all.
They were 9-8. So
right, it didn't get them over the hump at all. They didn't make the playoffs. So what is saying that it's gonna get them over the hump now? Like I don't know. To me, Lloyd, I think they're exactly what they were. But we'll see. I mean,
to be fair, they did have some close games that they didn't win that they could have won.
Right.
So the record could be a lot better than what it is. So, but let
me ask you a question.
Okay.
What's gonna break differently this year? That didn't break for past year.
I mean, with the same roster, I don't know. With the same roster,
that's all I'm saying, bro. What are they doing? What are they gonna be doing this year? That's gonna be so much better than last year. I mean,
luck has to bounce their way. Luck didn't bounce their way last year, so it has to bounce their way this year. Because I see a lot of one score losses that they could have definitely been wins. So
it's luck, it's preparation, it's a lot of things. But my question to you is, what's going to be different this year than from last year? Like, I got you. They're gonna need some luck. I 100% agree. So where's that luck / preparation coming from? Because if you tie up all it, so here's the thing. Essentially, Cincinnati has decided to become the Cowboys.
Yeah. Well, you
Because
can't say that. You can't say
I
that.
can. I can.
No, you
Let me tell you
can't.
why. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Because all of their money is going to be tied up into a few players.
But
To the point where you
Cowboys,
can't sign a bunch. You can't sign nobody else.
Cowboys are bringing in new players though. They brought in some new players, so you can't say
You know
that.
what? You know what? You know
You
what?
can't
We're
say
not doing
that,
this
man.
tonight. We're not doing this tonight with you.
I'm just
Who they
saying
bring-
we signed
did they
like
bring-
4 or 5 guys,
Did
man.
they bring in anybody of significance?
It depends on how significant you want them to be.
Wow. We doing this? We really
I
doing
mean,
this?
they
This
brought
really
some
happening?
they brought some pieces in, but we just don't know how significant they're gonna be. At least I give them an A for effort and at least making some signings.
Okay.
Before, a couple years ago, you may
Well,
not
first
see
of all,
this.
this is not about the Cowboys. I hate I even brought that up.
That's that you brought that up. You
I
brought
did,
that
and
up.
that's my fault. That is completely my fault. My bad. I am saying to you, there is nothing that they don't have the money to do a lot of things, and so what are we talking about right now? Like I don't.
Well, what do you think they need? Because the only glaring thing I think they need, as far as they have
They
their
got to get a
quarterback.
better defense.
Okay, so on the defensive side of the ball. Okay, so offense is taken care of. So they need to make some
For
defensive.
the most part, like if I were them, I probably would get create a better running game because I think their running game needed some help. But
Chase
other than that,
Brown was pretty good. Chase Brown was pretty good.
I'm not saying he wasn't good, but I think they need something more explosive. They lost a lot when your boy left, Mixon,
Mm-hmm.
and I think because see, here's the thing: as much as they can score, one of the things that they could not do is ball control. So a running game fixes ball control. A good running game can fix ball control. So now you don't have to put up 30. You just got to stop them from doing so. And if your defense can't stop them, a sustainable offense like the Ravens had can slow a team down.
I think on the offensive side of the ball, they're fine. I think, like you were saying, the defense, because even though there was a lot of one-score games, it was still a lot of high games.
Right.
But I think the defense is where they definitely would need to improve. I don't really have no problem with the offense because you had the 2 guys, wide receivers that probably wasn't necessarily playing 100% because they didn't get their contract yet. So they got Chase Brown and Zach Moss, running back. I think it's the defensive side of the ball is where they need to improve. But I mean, looking at the schedule, they lost by 7, 10, 1. I mean, looks like they don't have to make too much of an improvement if they could just figure out that defensive scheme and
What do you mean? They went 9-8 and okay, count while you're looking at the schedule. Count up how many losses they had before they went 9-8, before they went on their little win streak at the end of the season.
Okay, so
how many games they lose early season? Because it wasn't like 6 or 7, 8 games.
Okay, so the first game they lost by 6 to the Patriots.
I don't need the numbers. I just need to know how many games they lost total.
2, 3, 4. Like 4, 5.
Keep going.
6.
Talk about it. Preach that thing. You preach it for me.
And then they won against Cowboys. They won against the Titans. They won against the Browns. They won against the Broncos.
That's the only thing that saved their season. But they lost like 6 games. They put themselves out because they didn't have enough offense and defense to win those close games.
I'm still putting this on the defense, man.
You can decide where you want to assign the most blame,
But
But
a
you
lot of
have
these,
to assign blame on both sides because that's how football works.
well,
When you score the game,
a lot of these losses against playoff teams.
that Chad, that's what we're talking about. What have they done differently that's going to make them win against the better teams in the NFC? Hell, they may not be able to win their division,
Yeah,
right?
true.
So I'm just saying that's what we're talking about. That's essentially what we're talking about. Can they do enough? Have they done enough to win their division? And I don't think bringing back Jamar and bringing back T. Higgins is enough to win your division.
Mm.
It makes you about what you were, but what they were didn't scare anybody last year.
Yeah,
Right?
I mean, yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
It's still early in free agency, so man, they still got some time to try to squeak some type of money somewhere. They probably got to restructure Burrow or somebody. I
But
don't
all
know.
of
We'll
that
see.
money's gonna go to Hendrickson. It's the same. Y'all got. That's why I said y'all got the same problem.
We
You got
don't.
this dynamic. You got this dynamic. Yes, you do. You have this dynamic defensive player who, between him and the three guys you just paid, the quarterback and the two receivers, that's all your money.
No, we signed at least 5 or 6 people. This
For 1 year minimums.
no, a lot of it's 1 years, 2 years, 3 years.
Well,
It's not the
you know
same
what?
situation. But I see what you're saying, but it's not the same situation.
I appreciate your fandom, brother. You are a diehard and believer of your team, and I'm
I'm
not
just-
mad at you. You know
I'm
what I
just
do with my
saying.
team is I look at it through a realistic prism, and I don't allow myself to be fooled by anything.
I'm not saying the signings are going to be great. I'm just saying we've signed more people than we have in the past.
You have,
Yeah,
but that's because you have to fill a roster and spend money, not
do.
because you haven't signed anybody of tremendous significance.
We'll see. The
But
jury's
it's all,
still
but
out.
again, we'll see how it goes. I don't know why you keep bringing this back to the Cowboys anyway. We were talking about the Cincinnati Bengals.
You brought it back.
I did not. I just said that's why I said it was the same. And then you went on this tirade about who y'all signed.
Okay.
This is what brothers do, y'all. This is what brothers do. This is what brothers do. We talk about it. Now, there was another signing that I think is going to make it even harder for y'all as well. Derek Stingley.
Why is it
3
going
years.
hard? He's a cornerback.
I know. But he got 3 years, $90 million extension. $89 million guaranteed. Now you're saying, but Lloyd, how does that what does that have to do with Michael Parsons? Here's what it has to do with Michael Parsons. It's the $89 million guaranteed. Because what about Derek Stingley's resume says he should have that much guaranteed money? Has he had tremendous success? Absolutely. Absolutely. Has he had Michael Parsons level success?
I get it, but they don't play the same position, so I don't.
They do not.
I think
They
you
do
got to
not.
look at what his position is
Okay.
defensive
Let
end.
me ask this question to you, since you want to play that game. I knew you would play this game. That's why I was prepared for this.
Good.
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Delicioso. Let me ask you a question. Draft day, April 24th, first day of the draft, 2025. Michael Parsons and Derek Stingley are sitting on the draft board. Who do you take first? I'll wait.
I mean, Michael Parsons for sure.
That's my point. That's my point.
Okay.
A guy that's 3 years, $90 million, $89 million guaranteed. When you look down the road at their resumes, you see both have phenomenal resumes. And they don't play the same position. And you could argue their importance. You need corners in the league. You got to have corners. Shutdown corners are even hard to find as well.
Okay.
But Michael Parsons are once in a lifetime talents. And Derek got $89 million guaranteed. And gosh, in Cleveland that just signed
Miles
for 5
Garrett.
years.
Miles Garrett.
Got 150. And I think 125 of that is guaranteed. My point
Yeah,
is
it's
very
gonna be in the middle somewhere. It's gonna be somewhere.
somewhere in
Somewhere.
there.
You got-
And really, actually, if I'm being honest, it might be more than the 125 guarantee because he's younger.
I'm not. I'm
Help me
not.
understand. Help me understand something.
That's the
Now
market.
I
It's
am-
the market. It's the market,
Now I am
man.
gonna make it about Cowboys. Now I'm gonna make this about the Cowboys. Why y'all
But-
just won't sign that boy? What are y'all waiting on?
Because Jerry
They have no
Jones.
leverage. They have no leverage.
Jerry
There's
Jones
no
always
leverage.
does this. He always does this. He'll wait. He'll probably be signed coming into training camp or something. I don't know why the psyche is like this or why they wait, because it's just adding more dollars onto that tab. But
Do you realize that it is a strong possibility that Hendrickson is going to sign in Cincinnati? Because I'm hearing negotiations are going very well.
Mm.
So do you realize he could sign in the next couple of days for 5 years, 175 with 127 or 130 guaranteed? That's going to happen.
Yeah, so you got 3 guys making 100 plus, and you got everybody else on 1 to 3 year deal.
4 guys.
4 guys, but you got everybody else on 1 to 3 year deals. The math,
What
the
I'm
math
saying
is
to you
math.
is what I'm saying to you is every time somebody signs,
I know.
it drives the price up. And
Jerry
makes it
don't care
harder
about that.
for Jerry does not care about
He
that.
does not care about that.
He clearly does not care about that. Because he let DeMarcus Lawrence walk out the building, and that was a reasonable contract.
I mean, all we always say is the best ability is availability. He was
Yeah,
hurt.
but he hadn't
that
missed that many games.
Man, that boy was.
He was the second best defensive player on your team last year. Who was better?
I wouldn't say that.
Who
I
would you
wouldn't say
say?
that.
Who would you say?
We had on the line. I say the guy.
I said on the team.
We had a lot of injuries, so I mean the guy that they signed, Osa was pretty good.
We ain't talking about the guy they signed. We talking about who was on
Yeah,
the team
exactly.
last
That's
year.
what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm talking about the people that weren't hurt. That's a lot of people was hurt last year, so I can't count them. I can't count them in there because they didn't play.
That should tell you why all you need to know about Marcus Lawrence. Marcus Lawrence didn't even hardly play last year, and he was still the second best team player. Michael Parsons didn't play a lot last year, and Michael Parsons was the first best player on the team last year. Would you argue that?
Yeah. But he only played he didn't play like 3 games or something like that.
It don't matter. It don't matter. He was the second best player. He was the first best player on the team.
Yeah, I agree with that. But
And DeMarcus Lawrence was second.
I don't. When watching the games, I didn't hear DeMarcus Lawrence's name called that much at all.
Okay. Well, you're going to miss it not hearing it this year. I can promise you that. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. We'll see.
We'll see. Okay. All right. Let's get on to the quarterback signings that are left. I hear the rumors that I'm hearing are Aaron Rodgers says he's going to, quote, take his time. He is not in a hurry. Aaron Rodgers says, I'm not in a hurry. I'll take my time to figure this out. You know what I think is going to happen?
What?
I think Aaron Rodgers is going to end up without a job.
I've been saying that. I think he should just be on the couch, just because the starting QB positions are starting to fill up, and then you got the draft coming up, which the rookies are going to be taking spots, and there's no room for you in a minute. So I don't think he's going to sign.
I think there was a path to him getting a job in a reasonable conversation. And I think his expectations are unreasonable, and that's why he's not going to get a job. Because if he thinks he should have more opportunity beyond 1 year at any franchise, then we can stop this conversation now.
The only place I think he would have a shot at starting right now is the Giants at this point. But
I disagree. I think he can start at the Giants. I think he can start with the Browns. I think he can
Oh,
start with
Browns.
there's a few franchises that need quarterbacks.
Yeah,
that
but
he can
I'm
start with.
saying I think those particular places are
Steelers. He can
going
start
to
with the
be looking
Steelers.
for rookie. Well, yeah, Steelers, but I think a lot of those places you're going to be looking at where those top quarterbacks that sometimes you're going to start right away because they're the top. But I mean, I think those places that you talked about, but I don't necessarily see
I
the
think the
fit.
Giants were open to starting Rodgers for a year and still drafting Shador or
That's
Cam.
all you need. That's all you
And
need.
that's all you need, right? I don't know if Rodgers is open for that, which is where the jam up is. Same thing with Cleveland. Cleveland's like, we want to take Cam Ward. And Rodgers is like, yeah, but I want to start a couple of years. Right. But we're going to take Cam Ward.
Yeah, but who says that you have a couple of years? You might have
You
that
can,
1 year.
what do you mean?
I'm just saying he might just be good for that 1 year. You might
Who, Aaron?
Aaron Rodgers, yeah.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying he needs to understand whether he's good for that 1 year or not. That's what we're offering you.
Yeah.
1 year.
Yeah.
We
yeah.
can't offer you. We're not going to mortgage our future on a 42-year-old quarterback.
Yeah. You think he Tom
and
Brady?
the same thing with the Giants, right? Same thing with the Giants. Giants like we don't mind you giving us the cushion that Shador needs to make sure that he's ready year one. That's fine. But we're not going to make you the starter for the next 3 years, fam. That's how. No, we're not doing that. And the Steelers are probably saying the same thing, fam. You 42. Can you be realistic though? Like if you want to come make this 1 year run with us, we'll stall you out. Let's do it.
He'll probably
gives
have a
us a
couple
little
years
time.
in Tennessee.
Maybe if Tennessee wants to do that. But Tennessee got the number one pick in the draft. So what motivation would they have to do that? You know what I'm saying? Because they could have Cam or Shador. They can have whatever they want.
Yeah.
Now it sounds like they're not gonna take either one. But my point is, it don't make sense. It doesn't make sense to bring him in for anything. So other than a 1 year deal. So if he's not interested in that, then I think he's gonna be on the outside looking in. And guess what? Same thing with Russell Wilson. Russell gonna have to have. Now I think Russell's more multi-year deal comes in Cleveland because Cleveland don't gotta pay Russell a whole lot of money, and they can probably get him for 2 or 3 years. Right? But trying to get him for more than that, why would you do that?
But he just fits perfectly in Pittsburgh with what they got in DK, and then they got George Pickens over there. I think he would be perfect for that situation.
But Russell got options, and I think Russell is trying to look at his best options. I don't know why we interviewed him, and apparently it went okay, but whatever. But also I heard we looking at Jameis Winston today, which if I'm being honest, out of all the ones I've heard, I like that one the best.
Do you?
I do, because I think Jameis Winston is destined to be a quarterback's coach. And I think he's the perfect locker room guy. He's not going to mess up your locker room. He's actually going to make your locker room better. So all the negativity that would normally be in a locker room situation, he's going to help deal with that.
Yeah.
And then two, he would be a great motivational person for Shador. So I like the Jameis Winston side. I think that's the one we need to go after.
Only if they draft a quarterback, though.
They're going to draft. Let me be very clear. I've said this once. I'll say it again. These guys are drafting for their job.
Yeah.
The other GMs might have the space to kind of play with a little bit to maybe, if they don't get the draft quite right this year, maybe they can come back next year and fix it or whatever. No.
Yeah.
Joe Shane and Brian Daboll are fighting for their lives. They must get this right. There are no other options. It's now or never. So I think they're going to I think they're going to get it right, and make this thing work. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's what's happening with the rest of the quarterback signings right now. Let's get into some quick NBA news. The NBA news is, oh man, there is an old saying that says when it rains sometimes it pours, and nothing could be further from the truth for the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah.
This season can be classified as nothing short of a disaster. But also, that also can be said for the 76ers.
Yeah, I heard that Anthony Davis is designated to the G League for
I was
his
going
comeback.
to get to all of it here right now.
My bad.
No, you're fine. You're fine, bro. You're fine. Anthony Davis is prepping for a return to the G League, although for the life of me, I don't understand why. That makes no sense to me because you're not going to make the playoffs, but whatever. The 76ers are shutting down Paul George for the season, which is wise on their part.
Mm-hmm.
Because what's the purpose of running him out there when you're not going to make a run either? The reason why we're talking about the Mavs is because the Mavs lost another player for the season.
Yeah.
It was who was it? I forgot who it was.
Dante Exum.
Dante Exum is
wrist,
out for the season with a broken bone in his hand. So that makes, I think, is it 8 or 9 players that are out currently?
Yeah.
Family. Listen. First of all, I want to say this. Nico, you're a wonderful human being and a fine GM, one of the finest in all the land. And we are so proud of you as a GM and as a black man in America. I think y'all need to shut the whole thing down. Bring up some G League players. Just get to the finish line. Regroup. Get back healthy. And let's start over fresh next year.
I feel sorry for Klay Thompson, man.
I do.
He made the wrong decision.
Although Klay did make this choice.
He made the wrong decision.
Well,
made the wrong decision, man.
Was it the wrong decision or was it just a decision?
It was a wrong decision. His former team is rolling.
Yeah, but would they be rolling with him?
Probably.
First of all, I appreciate, your fandom is outstanding. Let me just say that first and foremost. Your love and support of your teams are outstanding. They're delusional, but they are outstanding. They are outstanding. So I'm going to give you credit for that. Because I don't think they would be the same team with Klay there. I think Jimmy brings something that Klay doesn't have anymore, which is fine. It's fine. Doesn't make Klay a bad player. Just means, the Mavs, the Warriors needed to change. But the other part of this is, Mavs, why? What are we doing? What are we doing? Like,
you got ownership that don't know what they're doing, and
well, they know what they're doing. It's just bad decisions.
Well, I
understand what you're saying when you say they don't know what they're doing. You're 1,000. And from a basketball perspective, it looks like they don't know what they're doing. But I don't think they got it. They owned the Mavs for basketball reasons.
Yeah, I think
I think they're trying to make business reasons, and they're far more interested in building a new casino than they are building a championship squad. So,
man,
I don't know.
Yeah, those tickets are going real cheap now. I live in that Dallas area. No tickets going real cheap now. I might even go to the game.
I was gonna say I watched a couple of games and it was more fire Nico chance than it was go Mavs go.
Yeah, I might be able to sit on the floor now.
Listen, you can play. You can play if you
hey, I know. Hey, I know where they practice at.
You can probably get a 10-day at this point. Like it's.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Hey.
It's not going well right now. I honestly, do you agree with what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
what is the point to keep driving to something that obviously is not going to happen? Let's just shut it all down and start
Well,
all fresh.
I think they have hope because they're still in the play-in part,
Hope for
so
what? What are they hoping for?
that they can slip in from the play-in and get a playoff spot. But
Slip in and do what? What exactly would happen if they
I don't,
slipped into?
I don't know, man. When you have Anthony Davis in there, you don't.
So to be fair, they are technically in the play-in right now.
Correct.
Technically, they are in the 10th spot. Now, for the life of me, I don't know why they would want to stay in that spot. I don't know what the benefit of staying in that spot is. It doesn't make sense to me at all. But I'll stall you out, Mavs. If that's what you want to do, God bless you.
My thing is to try to get a lottery pick.
That's all I'm saying. How about this? How about God shines upon his face down on you in a way that you was not expecting, and somehow, some way, you end up with Cooper Flag. That's not a bad way to live your life.
Yeah, that would turn everything around at this point.
That would put you back in some conversations. But just mucking around with this just seems dumb to me. But whatever.
Yeah,
I start you out, like, you know. Who is going to have a more difficult offseason? I'm going to ask you this question. The Dallas Mavericks, the Phoenix Suns, or I had one other team, and I lost it just that fast. Oh, the Philadelphia 76ers.
I think Philadelphia, because you have shut down Paul George, which you're gonna have to figure out if you're gonna keep him or not.
Which, by the way, I think was the right decision.
Yeah, true. But the big thing is Embiid. He can't stay on the floor. He's even within these last couple of years, he's won the MVP, but he still hasn't been able to stay on the floor. So
what would you do? What would you do with Embiid? What would you do?
you'd take fillers, see what you can get for him. I know, have some conversations.
Is he tradable?
I'm not sure what this contract looks like, but
I'll pull it up for you, sir. I'm here. That's what we do on this show. We help each other. Hands across America.
depending on you're not gonna get a Luka type deal. Nobody's gonna do that ever again. So you're never gonna get.
Maybe. I don't know. It depends on what you're trying to accomplish here.
You think but
Joel Embiid is making $51.4 million.
it's gonna be hard to move, man. But you need to move it, but it'll be hard to move.
You need to move it though.
You need to move it, but you wanna get a haul because you're gonna have to.
Stay there. I want you to answer this question because of what you just said. You said you need a haul.
You need a haul.
Who is the most likely of the two to get you, or three, to get you that haul? I'm gonna throw in the third name: Paul George, Joel Embiid, or Tyrese Maxey.
Tyrese Maxey is going to give you the haul because you don't have to worry about him being on the floor. I mean, he's going to be on the floor. But why would you, if you were 76ers, why would you trade away your best player for keeping two players that's not necessarily going to be on the floor?
And what you just said makes perfect sense except for this reason.
Okay.
The league has already seen the other two. And they know, and the secret is out. They know that Joel Embiid is 31 and injury prone. They know Paul George is 34 and injury prone. Tyrese Maxey is 24 years old and has not had an injury in his career. And right now, he's making $35 million. And you're trying to win right now.
No.
I'm just saying, because you are cash strapped, right? And you are probably stuck with that 100. Literally, You are paying $100 million to two guys who are not playing. I'm not even joking about the $100 million. That's literally Paul is making 49, Joel is making 51. Add that up, that's $100 million. So you are literally paying $100 million to two people on your roster. Why pay the other 35, especially when you know that another $300 million is coming down the road?
Could the Mavericks save face and try to get Tyrese Maxey and bring him home?
I'm just saying, bro. Now you're thinking like a GM. Because at this point, with all due respect to Tyrese Maxey, he probably is going to be an amazing player. But I can't wait on him to keep growing, although he has grown tremendously. But he is my most tradable asset. Now, I know everybody else is going to say, oh, you crazy, Lord. Why would you do that? Because I'm stuck.
Yeah.
I am stuck. Where am I going to trade? I'll say that I'm crazy if you can tell me what team is going to take Paul George or Joel Embiid. If you can tell me that, then I'll back off the Tyrese Maxey conversation.
I can't think of one at this point.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. The only ones that'll take him are contenders.
Yeah.
Who can put them both in as added pieces to what they already have. And they're not going to mortgage their farm for that.
Yeah, not at all.
So,
but I think a Tyrese Maxey for you probably got to give up Kyrie and some other players.
But if I give up Kyrie, now I have a possibility. Now all I got to do is kind of keep them healthy. Or give me Kyrie, like, for example, you said the Mavericks. Okay. Give me Kyrie. Give me what's the guy that gets streaky sometime? PJ Washington.
PJ.
I might be able to make that work. I might be able to work for a couple of seasons. Because what we're talking about is about 3 or 4 seasons, and you're going to have to hit the reset button anyway.
Yeah.
You're going to have to do it anyway. You are headed toward a reset button hit at some point in the next 3 or 4 years. Why hold on to Tyrese Maxey right now? Because you are stuck.
And you're going to have to pay him.
You're going to have to pay him. You're going to have to pay him. And the last thing you want to do is have to pay 3 dudes $150 million, which is where you headed. And really, with Tyrese, you probably headed to $160 million because the kid keeps getting better and better and better. The jump that he made from last year to this year is massive. So if he keeps doing that, where do you think he's going to be on his next contract? It's going to be upwards of $350, $400 million.
Yeah, definitely. So
get out while you can.
I guess that's why the Mavericks did that too, because they were trying to get out while they can.
Listen, that's 100% why they did it, because Luka is worth a $300 million contract, and he's young, but you got to find a team like the Lakers who are a player away from being true contenders, and then make the swap that way. But it's got to be. I think it's got to be Tyrese Maxey. I think if you're trying to do anybody but that, because I just don't see how you're gonna get anything back for Joel Embiid or Paul George. Not comparative. I just don't see it.
Yeah, because they're so injury prone, man.
I'm just saying, bro. It is, to me, the one that makes the most sense. Take Tyrese, get a Luka-esque type deal, and roll the dice for the next 4 years and see if you can get Joel's knee back to serviceable. Try to get Paul George as healthy as you can get him, and then finally get these guys on the court and let's see what you got for the next 3 or 4 years. Because your window is only 3-4 years. That's it. So I'm just saying that's what I would do.
I think Embiid just has to be a serviceable big man. He can't be the number one piece anymore.
That's my point. And in order for me to get a franchise-altering player, I gotta. And I don't know if it's Kyrie. And by the way, I don't know if it's Kyrie because Kyrie's gotten older and he's starting to be injury prone. So I don't know who the player is, but I do know the most tradable, I can get something back for it person on your roster is Tyrese Maxey. And that makes the most sense to me. Because I got to do something. I am stuck, bro. I am stuck. My God, I'm stuck.
A lot of these teams are stuck.
Well, the same thing with Phoenix. Phoenix is mucking around with they're going to trade KD. But the truth of the matter is that don't help you. Because nobody's going to give you a haul for a 35, 36, 37-year-old dude. Nobody's doing that. Not anybody with good sense.
Well.
So now, but if you take Devin Booker, you can reset the whole franchise. You can reset the whole franchise. You're getting draft picks back. You're getting a quality star player. You're getting everything you need to start making a significant run back to the finals. That's the play.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, it makes more sense to me to do that, but we'll see what happens. Because to me, Tyrese Maxey is the type of player that is significant enough to make your franchise a championship contender, but not great enough to put all the whole franchises on his shoulders. He ain't Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
Right. Not yet, anyway. Now, he may become that, but he's not that yet. And so while that value is right where it needs to be, this is the moment to pull the trigger. That's my opinion. But we'll see what happens. So, all right. You ready to do this, man? Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to get into the picking of this year's NCAA bracket. And we're going to start with the women's bracket. And let me start by saying this, and I definitely want to hear your opinion about this. Top 4 seeds in the women's bracket were UCLA, USC. Help me out. UCLA, USC.
Who was it?
Who was it?
Let's see. South Carolina.
South Carolina, and what were we missing?
Let's see. Let me get back.
Yeah, let me pull it up. Let me pull it up a different way because I have the way we're going to do it is very different. But I'll pull up the actual bracket.
UCLA.
Yeah, UCLA,
USC.
South Carolina, USC, and Texas.
Texas, yeah.
All very deserving teams. But the controversy of the night, by far, was that South Carolina was not the number 1 team overall. And I'll say this, because everybody, if you've been watching the Five for more than 5 minutes, you know I am a huge advocate for women's basketball. I literally just watched the finals of Unrivaled right before we came on. So I'm a huge fan. I've watched all 4 top seeds. I don't know why. I understand why the committee said they made UCLA the top pick. However, South Carolina, to me, Lloyd, is playing the best basketball in the country right now. And their only losses came from Texas and Connecticut. UCLA lost twice to the same team.
Yeah.
So how does UCLA become the number 1 pick overall when they couldn't even beat the team in their division twice or the team in their conference twice?
That's what you call politics.
Yeah, I don't get the politics on it at all. I honestly don't. So I think Don had a legit beef that they should have been number 1 overall. But nevertheless, we are here. It is time to make our selections. And by the way, today's selections, sponsored by Popcorn World, are selections that are agreed upon for this broadcast. Now, they are not necessarily our individual personal selections. They are the agreed upon broadcast the 5 selections. All right. So here we are.
Meaning, don't hold us to this.
Right. This is hold us to us as
Yeah.
a show,
Yeah.
but not necessarily individually, because we may individually go a totally different route.
Gotcha.
All right. So I don't think this is up for question. The play-in winner, it doesn't really matter. I don't think anybody's beating UCLA. Would you agree?
Yeah. Agree. Yeah, agree.
All right. So UCLA gets the nod here. Richmond Spiders and Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. I don't know as much about the Richmond Spiders. They did get the 8 seed. Georgia Tech, my assumption is they survived a extremely tough ACC this season and won some significant games in the ACC. I would pick Georgia Tech over Richmond, but what say you?
Yeah, like you said, I don't know too much about them, but the ACC is pretty tough, so I'm gonna go Georgia Tech.
We're going Georgia Tech on that one. Okay. Mississippi, Ole Miss, and Ball State. With all due respect to the MAC, give me the chalk on this one as well.
Yeah, for sure.
5-12 matchups in women's sports don't work out the same as they do in men's.
Gotcha.
Baylor and Grand Canyon Lopes. Grand Canyon is 30-2. And their coach is trending right now because she apparently is easy on the eyes.
Oh, okay.
Now, I don't know if that wins you a title or wins you a championship game or anything.
It don't. It'll distract some people, but I'm going Baylor.
Going Baylor? Okay,
yeah.
I'm going to ride with you on that one. I'm going to tell you the truth. In picking the women's bracket the last couple of years, there have been some upsets, but not nearly like the men.
Yeah.
Yeah, not nearly like the men. Not like I thought it would be. There were a few. There were some upsets, but it's much harder to pick the upsets on the women's side than it is the men's side.
Yeah.
Okay. Florida State and George Mason. I don't think anybody can stop Tanaya Lotson on the Florida State side.
Yeah.
They probably never seen nobody like Tanaya.
I'm going with, as Charlie says, the Florida State Seminoles.
Seminoles. All Seminoles on that one. All right. LSU, San Diego State.
Next.
As much as I understand, Flage's playing, so give me LSU.
Yeah.
Michigan State and Harvard Crimson. Now, my question to you is, will your Michiganness allow you to pick Michigan State?
Well, my aunt Whitney used to play for Michigan State, so I'm going Michigan State.
All right, very good. Yeah. All right. My sleeper team is NC State. I think NC State their guards are way better than people think they are. They should make short work of the Catamounts.
Yeah.
All right. So we are done with that particular region. Let's go to Region 4. The USC Trojans should have no problem with the Greensboro Spartans. Spartans, glad that you got a chance to play in the tournament, but this is going to be a quick game.
Yeah.
All juju all the time. Mississippi State and Cal. I think I'm going to go Mississippi State with this one. I like what Mississippi State, and I really like their coach. Their coach is a smart lady. She seems to know what she's doing there. So I'm going Mississippi State. What you saying?
I don't know. The SEC has been doing pretty good this year as far as their strongness. So yeah, Mississippi State.
Mississippi State. All right, we're going Mississippi State on that one. Kansas State and Fairfield. Don't even know where that is. Gonna go with Kansas State on that one.
Yeah.
Because the Big 12 was a monster this year. So I'm gonna tell you, Liberty Flames are very good.
Very good.
But Kentucky has former Virginia Tech point guard who I think they went to the Elite Eight that year that they were there. That their coach who took the Kentucky job, he took his point guard with him from Virginia Tech. And Georgia A. Moore is very, very solid. I just think guard play in the tournament is big, and Georgia Amore is going to wheel them at least through this round.
Yeah. Looking at these rankings over here, it looks like Kentucky is pretty handily
I
the
mean,
choice. The choice looks like.
I'm not saying it. Now, let me say this. Anybody watching today, if there is going to be an upset, that would be one of the games I would look at because Liberty is a good team.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I would pull the trigger on it either because it's, Now, also, if I was going to be an upset, I would maybe look at Murray State, Kendrick Haskins, Murray State Racers.
Yeah.
Because Iowa is probably good. I don't know if they're
Ain't no
dominate anybody good.
Ain't no Kaylee Clark.
Ain't no K Clark to save you now.
Yeah.
So
Give me Murray State, man.
I was gonna say maybe this is one of our upsets right here. Let's go Murray on this one. Okay. All right. Oklahoma, Florida Gulf. Oklahoma, I think I don't remember, but they may have gotten Texas this year. So, which is no small thing. I think Oklahoma's a solid squad.
Yeah.
They got through the the SEC this year. Give me Oklahoma. Are you with that?
With that. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Oklahoma State versus South Dakota.
I'm not letting the record fool me, man. I'm going Oklahoma State. I can't let the record fool me, man.
All right. We'll go Oklahoma State. Connecticut and Arkansas State. I think this is Arkansas State's first ever. I want to say this is their first ever attendance to the dance. Congratulations.
Them bright lights awesome. Gonna get them.
Paige has something to prove.
Yeah.
Give me Connecticut. So there we go. We are done with that group. Speaking of something to prove. Tennessee Tech.
Tennessee Tech.
God bless you, Tennessee Tech. God bless you. Let's just give this real quick. Here are the rankings. Number 1 in season performance. Number 1 in strength of schedule. Number 2 in away games.
Yeah. So what?
Number 7 in non-conference. 50% from the field. A low turnover rate. I mean, they just look dominant in everything that you can be dominant in. I don't know.
Thank you, Tennessee State, for accepting the invitation, but
Tennessee Tech,
that stops here.
Enjoy. Where are the games at South Carolina? I don't know what South Carolina's food is, but enjoy that while you're there.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay. The Utes of Utah and Indiana Hoosiers. I don't know. I don't know. That's an interesting one.
This is a toss-up.
Yeah, this is the classic 8-9. I'm
gonna just go power rankings. I'm gonna go Indiana on this.
19-12 Indiana over a 22-8 Utes.
Just how much you value the Big Ten over the Big 12 at this point.
I think. Well, I don't know. That's gonna be interesting. We might have messed up on that one. I may go differently in my own bracket, but that's fine. Alabama, I think, probably.
Yeah.
But I do get curious about teams who win their leagues and have great records because a winning culture sometimes is all you need to take to the tournament. And that sometimes is enough, but I don't know if it's enough to be.
I don't know if you haven't been there before. It's different too.
It is very different. It's very different. The Maryland Terrapins and the Norfolk State Spartans from the MEAC. God bless you, Norfolk, for attending. But give me the Maryland Terrapins. West Virginia versus the play-in.
Yeah.
West Virginia.
Yeah.
North Carolina. I'll say this about North Carolina. As much as they will be good, they are, to me, vulnerable. Just to me, they are vulnerable. I don't know if I'm prepared to say that Oregon State is the team they're gonna lose to,
Mhm.
but keep your eyes on North Carolina. But
Yeah, I
I
don't think
think they'll
this
get through
early.
that first. Right, this might not be the game. Vanderbilt and Oregon.
This might be a toss up too. Just how much you value the SEC versus the Big Ten. I
I
don't know.
know.
But
I'm gonna roll with what you want on this one.
I'm gonna go with the seeding Vanderbilt. I'm gonna go.
We're going with the seeding. We're going with
Yeah.
chalk on this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Duke, let me tell you something. Duke scoring is not the best,
Okay.
but their defense is outstanding. Oh my.
Well,
They can lock you up. And they just won the ACC tournament by locking up the Notre Dames and locked up NC State, and they won the tournament. They are a solid basketball team. They're going to surprise some people. They're not the greatest scoring team, but they're going to surprise some people. And poor Lehigh is going to feel it. It's going to be a long day for Lehigh.
you only got to win by one, man.
You only got to win by one. And if you can't get that one, you
Yeah.
can't win. So
Exactly.
maybe one of the best, definitely going to be a first team, I think. All NCAA. Madison Booker at Texas is an outstanding player. She is the female KD. I feel sorry for High Point because they drove all this way for nothing. But I think they're going down in tremendous fashion. Too big, too long, all over the place, too much size. I just think that they don't have a shot against Texas.
Yeah.
This is a tough one.
Very.
This is a tough one. Because when you play Connecticut a lot, I don't know if you're intimidated by Illinois.
Give me Creighton. Give me Creighton.
Okay, I'm with you. I was leaning to a Creighton as well. Tennessee, God bless you, South Florida, but no. No, you're not ready. Ohio State is an interesting team. They should beat the Bobcats, but I have some things to say about that later. I'm assuming you're going with that.
Yes, sir.
I'm not going to do that to your Michigan Wolverines.
Yeah,
They had a tough. They played tough in their round. Like they gave, was it USC they gave them the business?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they gave USC the business, but they couldn't pull it off.
Yeah.
I think we talk about how angry South Carolina is, but how angry is Notre Dame gonna be? Because prior to 2 or 3 weeks ago, Notre Dame seemed like a lock for a number 1 seed,
Yeah.
and maybe even a number 1 overall, and they fell from the number 1 line all the way to the number 3 line. So I think they are going to be hot as fish grease, and Stephen F. Austin is going to get the first pop of the grease. So
Yeah. Back to Nacogdoches you go.
yeah. So I'm going to make an honest assessment here.
Okay, because I have no idea about either of these teams.
I'm going to make an honest assessment here. If Louisville comes and plays their style of basketball, they should win this relatively easy. However, this season they have been known, because it's a young team.
Mm-hmm.
They're young in some of the key places. They have been known to kind of, but their defense I think is better than Nebraska. So I want to pick Louisville solely because I think from a defensive perspective, they're going to make it very tough for Nebraska to score. But they need to play well on the defensive side of the ball to win that game. I think TCU is rolling enough to beat Fairleigh Dickinson.
Yeah, HVL.
Yeah. Haley Van Lith is playing pretty good, so we'll go there. All right. So do we have one more region? We have one more.
Yeah.
Oh, no. We're there. We're in the round of 32. UCLA should be fine against
Should be.
Georgia Tech. Should be. The size should overwhelm them. But it'll be a lot closer game than people think. Ole Miss and Baylor. What say you, sir?
Baylor.
You going with Baylor? All right.
Yeah.
I think it's a toss-up, but I will join you in saying Baylor. Florida State, LSU. Way too early for this game, but it's gonna be a fun. Man, it's gonna be a fun one.
Sorry.
I don't know if LSU is gonna have an answer for Tania Lawson, but
they'll figure it out.
I don't know from a team perspective if Florida State has enough horses to stop everybody that Louisiana State has. So
Yeah. Sorry,
give me
Seminoles.
Sorry, Seminoles, but give me LSU. Michigan State, NC State. I think NC State wears Michigan State out. I
Agreed.
think it's could be a rout.
Agreed.
Could be a rout. No need to even pontificate.
Out of there.
Yeah, out of there. Mississippi State, you're done.
Yikes.
I don't know. This is a tough one. Because on paper, UK seems to have the advantage.
Yeah.
But I gotta think that a team that played Texas that many times is not going to be overwhelmed by UK. So I'm gonna say Kansas State on this one.
Oh no, man. I kinda still like the SEC on this one.
You said SEC?
Yeah. But
I'll go with you. On my bracket, I'm probably gonna pick different, but
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Murray State and Oklahoma.
This ain't gonna be that upset. Yeah.
It was a good run. It was a really good run. I'm proud of you guys for just getting there. Sometimes it's just about getting there. Oklahoma State, sometimes it's just about getting there and having the experience. Something you can tell your grandkids.
Yeah.
You can tell your grandkids we went and played Paige Beckers and she smacked us around. So there you go. Sweet 16, gentlemen. Or my brother. Sweet 16. Indiana. Wow.
Glad for you to make the trip.
We hardly knew you.
Enjoy the airplane peanuts.
We hardly knew you. Alabama, Maryland.
I was born in the hope of the Terrapins.
I'm
gonna go with the Terps.
You go with the Terps. You want to go with the Terps?
With the
I
Terps.
will join you for this show. Don't know if that's where my pick is going to be later, but I'll definitely join you for this show. I think this is an upset.
Okay.
I think West Virginia could end up beating North Carolina. I'd like to pick the upset, but I'll go with whatever you want.
No, you got it. Go
Okay,
ahead.
all right. Duke, I think Duke's going to destroy Vanderbilt. I just
Destroy.
a battle of the brains, a battle of the brainy schools.
Mm.
Duke is just really good. Texas, Creighton, you tried it. You tried it. Tennessee, Ohio State. I'll let you pick this one. I don't know.
Tennessee.
Tennessee, okay.
Shout out to Candace Parker.
Candace Parker, even though she won't have anything to do with this win.
Eey.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do, boy?
Ugh.
I already know which way I would go.
I'm gonna be
I know which way I'm going on my bracket.
I'm gonna be a realist. I'm gonna go Notre Dame.
I think you should, sir. I think you should be a realist. This is the one everybody wants.
Yeah.
This is the one everybody wants.
Yeah.
So now let me say this.
Yeah.
This is the worst case scenario for Haley Van Lith. because
Yeah.
nobody knows her better than Jeff Walls. And so I'm gonna be honest with you. If this were to happen,
Mm.
I don't see any path for her beating Jeff. None. None. He is going to outcoach. And this is a rookie coach too
Yeah.
for TCU. I don't see any path for them winning this game. Okay. All right. I'm just saying. Listen,
My heart says something else, but
I know your heart is saying TCU, but I'm telling you, Jeff done been to 4 Final Fours.
Yeah.
He coached Haley Van Lith for 3 years. There is no path. He knows her like the back of his head. He knows.
Can't wait to see it though.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great game. Oh, we got it. I'm praying to God for that game. That's the one I want to see. All right, UCLA and Baylor.
kind of gotta.
I feel bad for Baylor. Now, let me say this. Baylor has the size to make it competitive. I just don't know if they have the team to make it competitive.
Yeah. UCLA.
That's the problem. That's the problem. So I'm gonna go with
UCLA.
I'm gonna go with UCLA. We're gonna go with UCLA. Ooh, man. LSU, but not in a route. Not in a route. It will not be a route.
No.
LSU, but it will not be a route. And it will not surprise me if NC State wins. But I'm willing to go with you on LSU.
Yeah.
Solely because of the experience.
Yeah.
But they both went to the Final Four, so I don't know. I'm so conflicted. I'm so conflicted. Okay.
I don't know.
Right. Not conflicted about this one, though.
And Juju. And Juju we trust.
Yeah. Not conflicted about this one either.
Nah, not at all.
Not conflicted now. And we're not conflicted about this one, South Carolina.
No.
And we're not conflicted. I'm not conflicted about this one either with Duke and West Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Not conflicted about Texas. Oh,
you conflicted now, huh? You conflicted.
Only because it's tough to beat a team 3 times.
Okay.
And this would be the 3rd time that they met. And I just wonder, can they beat them 3 times? Because now the pressure points change.
Mm-hmm.
And you just wonder, can they beat them 3 times? Will Jeff has never, I don't think Jeff has ever lost to any team 3 times.
There's always a first for something.
There's always a first for something.
So
I'm going to go with the chalk, knowing full well who Jeff Walls is.
yeah.
But I'm probably going to pick differently in my own bracket. So there you go. All right. So Elite 8. This is when it gets good. Whoa, man. This is when it gets good. Does the height and muscle of UCLA overwhelm the star power and the backcourt of LSU? That's what we're talking about. I'm oh man, I don't know.
Team always beats individuals, man. So who plays good better as a team?
And Kim Mulkey has been there, done that. No surprises. Not gonna be caught off guard with anything.
Going to
They're
LSU.
going
man.
to have a plan for UCLA.
Going to LSU.
You going to LSU? Oh wow. I'm with you. I'm gonna roll with you. All right. Oh, Paige, Juju. What's my girl? There's so much star power in this game.
Ozzy Fudd.
Ozzy, and then the giant for USC, the twin. Man, it's gonna be I don't know. Gino.
I think experience wins on this one.
Oh, are you saying what I think you said?
I don't want to say it, but I think this is Paige's swan song, man. She gotta get there.
I feel like Paige is on a mission,
She got to get there.
and she got her running partner, and she got her coach.
Wow.
I hate to say it, man, but I think I might agree with you. I think I might agree with you. I think we about to click it. Are we about to click it?
Yeah.
Bam!
Oh man.
I don't know if we're wrong, though. I don't know if we're wrong. Listen, as much as I appreciate Duke, you done woke y'all to poke the bear. Y'all done poked the bears. Man.
Does Notre Dame have length? They have length.
Not comparable length,
Texas.
but they have better guards. Their two guards are better than Texas's guards, but Texas's front court is far better than.
Yeah, them Notre Dame got to go to the cup, and if they got them big people right there,
Or
it's
they're
gonna
going
be
to
hard.
shoot out their mind. Or they're going to have to shoot out their mind.
Texas.
You want to go Texas? It's hard to argue. It's hard to argue. I might pick differently in my bracket, but for our show, we're going Texas.
Yeah.
All right, so the Final Four, we're saying that Final Four is Elliott. Give me Connecticut, I think.
You're right. Yep.
Give me Connecticut. And then, woo!
Goodness.
Run it back one more time. They split the regular season. They got to the SEC championship game, and South Carolina busted that tail.
Man, pick, man. I can't do it.
I think South Carolina is very angry, and they want revenge, and not just with Texas. They want the ultimate revenge against the other team that beat them, which is Connecticut. I think we're gonna get Gino versus Don. Oh my goodness! To quote Booker T. Oh my goodness! I think we're headed towards South Carolina, Connecticut. I think it's going to be at a fever pitch. Two of the greatest to do it all time. Star power all over the gym. Malaysia for Wiley. Paige Beckers. Oh, my goodness. Pop. On the South Carolina side. Pow.
Yeah.
I listen. That's must-see TV right there. If you love sports, forget women's basketball. If you love sports and competition, that's a must-see game right there. Who you picking? Who you picking, Chad?
Why I gotta pick?
Why you gotta pick? Cause I asked. I don't know. And because I don't know if I want to. I don't know what to pick. Listen.
Golly, man.
The two most dominant programs over the last 20 years. Or for sure the last 15 years. Who you going with, Chad? Does Paige, after all the injuries, after all the work to get back, does she finally get her ring? She got close last year. She got to the Final Four. Couldn't finish the deal.
I think she get it.
You think she gets it? So we going Connecticut back to the mountaintop?
Yeah.
That will not be what I'm picking in my bracket, but I will pick it for this show. Ladies and gentlemen, save this pick. We going with the Connecticut Huskies.
Yeah.
All right. So according to us, it won't be all sad for Connecticut this fall. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go to the men's tournament, ladies and gentlemen. Much harder thing to pick. But this is not hard.
Not this game.
This game is not hard. Does not even matter who the play-in is. They're not beating Auburn. Yeah. This is interesting. I think that the nation has grossly underestimated the University of Louisville. And I think they're going to be, and they're getting their top 3-point shooter back for the final run. He's healthy, ready to go. I think the spacing is going to be crazy. I think their defense is going to be crazy. I think if Creighton can't beat St. John and stop their 3-point shooting, they have no shot to stop. If Louisville turns it into a shootout, they're not beating them. They're not beating them. So I'm pick. I want to pick Louisville, but what you want to do?
I go Louisville.
Okay.
I go
All right.
Louisville.
No brainer. There will be a 5-12 upset. It won't be this one.
Nah, not at all.
Yeah, it won't be this one.
Shout out Dusty May.
Right. Texas A&M Yale.
Not this one either.
I think this is solid. Ole Miss with the play in here.
San Diego State is usually kind of tough.
They are, and they have pulled some upsets. Ooh, they have pulled some upsets. They have pulled some upsets.
But it would be an upset this early though. I think Ole Miss. I think Ole Miss is safe.
There's gonna be some upsets though.
On the first round.
That.
Yeah,
First
but
round.
yeah.
First and second, there's gonna be some upsets. I don't think Lipscomb got it.
I don't even know where that. I don't even know where that's at.
Marquette and New Mexico.
Go either way. Go either way. Big East. I don't know. You got this one, man. I don't know. I don't know. This could be upset.
Something tells me this is gonna be an upset, so I'm gonna go with New Mexico. I don't know why. I know you don't want to, but
Upset.
we got. No disrespect to the Bryant Bulldogs. I don't think this is an upset.
No clue where that is.
Yeah, no disrespect. Okay. Florida playing the best basketball in the nation, survived and won the SEC. Earned that number 1 spot. Will destroy Norfolk State. Which is great because they both can leave. The girls and the guys can leave.
Yeah, together. Huh?
Same weekend. It'd be done, you know. It'd be good. Connecticut with an axe to grind. Limping into the playoffs. Not rolling like they did last year. Not the same team from last year at all. Will they be out week 1?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So Oklahoma gets the nod on that one. Okay. Memphis. I don't think this is the 5-12 that is the upset either.
Penny got them boys growing. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're rolling. Grand Canyon and Maryland.
Terps.
Grand Canyon is playing some really solid basketball.
There
is some upset potential here. I don't know.
It stops here.
Stops there? Okay, we're going with the Terps then.
Yeah.
I may pick differently in my own bracket.
Yeah.
Missouri, Drake. I want to pick Drake just because I feel like the name needs a moment.
I knew he was going to say so. I knew it.
I'm just saying, I don't want to root against the name.
I don't know. 30-3 and Missouri.
You want to go Missouri? Okay. All right. So no upset there.
Yeah.
Texas Tech and UNC Wilmington. Thanks for coming. Please grab your T-shirts on the way out the door.
Yeah.
I think this is an upset, if you want to call it that. I think this is about as evenly matched a game as you can get. Because Kansas has not played well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they played early in the season, and either Kansas won and barely won. I don't remember what the results were. Mm-hmm. You can let me know. But I think I can see Arkansas winning this game. John Calipari, yeah. I can see them winning that game. So we can go Arkansas. Listen. There's nobody playing better than St. John's right now.
Yeah.
The hottest team in the tournament right now. St. John's is rolling. You don't want to see no parts of that. They can beat American without Cooper Flag. So I'm going to go Duke. Mississippi State, Baylor.
Uh,
I'm willing to go with the SEC bias if you are.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. Oregon, Liberty.
Oregon.
The Liberty men are playing very, very well as well. There will be a 5-12 upset.
So, you think this is gonna be upset?
I think this is the one.
Okay.
I think this is the one. I think if it's going to be one, I think this is the one I'm willing to put my stamp down on. Arizona, I think they're playing really good. I don't
Yeah.
think Akron can beat them right now. BYU, VCU. I'll let you call it.
BYU.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll let you call that one. Wisconsin, Montana, I think we can probably safely say Wisconsin. We'll see. St. Mary's and Vandy. If you survive the SEC, don't you have to be better than St. Mary's?
I think so.
Okay, so
I
we're
think
go
so.
with the 7-10. Alabama is rolling.
Same.
This won't be an upset. We got one more region to pick, I believe. Yes, we got the Midwest.
Yeah.
Houston, first time ever, Southern Illinois Cougars, not the Salukis, but the Cougars of Southern Illinois. The fact that Carbondale has two, well, no, Edwardsville is not in Carbondale, so it's a different city. But the fact that Salukis have two teams, or the Southern Illinois has two different universities is stunning to me. But Houston takes that in a runaway. Georgia has not played well, but they would play well enough. But they have not won a tournament game in 23 years.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards doesn't play for them anymore, so I'm going Gonzaga.
Yeah, I think the trend doesn't end this week. Clemson. I heard somebody say Clemson could make a Final Four run. In fact, Clark Kellogg picked Clemson to go to the final game. I've seen Clemson play. They lost to Louisville twice. And the last time they lost to Louisville busted them in the ACC tournament. They'll win this game, but let's settle down with Clemson.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think High Point gets this one.
Not at
Though
all.
I don't know much about Purdue, if I'm being honest. So this is interesting because I think Texas is going to win their play-in, and they've had to survive the SEC.
Yeah, but Illinois has survived the Big Ten too.
I'll let it be your call.
I don't know. I'm going Illinois.
Illinois, all right. Big Ten loyalty right there.
No, it's just Texas used to be good. I don't know what happened, man.
Yeah. I'm willing to go UK here, but I think it could be a harder game for them than people think. And I don't expect them to go past, well, we'll get to that in a minute, but it's going to be a tougher game. But UK. UCLA?
UCLA, yep.
Yeah. Mickey Cronin should be able to get past the first round, right?
Should be able to.
Should be. I mean,
if you want to keep his job.
should be. I mean, we'll see. Tennessee is playing well. They had a great run in the SEC tournament. Just ran into a Florida team. Like I said, it's hotter than fish grease right now. But they should dispose of Wofford pretty easily. Let's head to the round of 32, my brother.
Number 2 seed too.
Yep. So you're gonna say homerism, and I respect that.
Okay.
They have a dominant player. Auburn will have the best big man on the court.
Okay.
But in my humble opinion, Louisville will have the best point guard in Chucky Hepburn.
Okay.
So, and the historical significance of that is it has been dominant guard play that has won championships in the NCAA.
Okay.
Here's my statement. Boom's gonna do what he do. He gonna do what he do. But I think there is a path for Louisville to win this game. Now, for the sake of this show, we will pick Auburn. But I
Okay.
do think this is an upset waiting to happen. I think
Okay.
this is an upset waiting to happen. But for the sake of the show, we'll
I can
pick
get
Auburn.
with it. I can get with it.
Yeah, yeah. But for your individual bracket, keep in mind what I just said. Okay. I don't think you would come back if I didn't pick Michigan, so here we go. That was
Yeah.
I don't know much about Iowa State. What do you know about Iowa
Me
State?
either.
I do know about Ole Miss. I like Ole Miss.
I mean, predictions say Iowa State is gonna win.
I'll roll with you.
SEC
We'll go to
Big
prediction?
12. Yeah, I'll go. Let's go to prediction, I guess.
All right, there we go. You think Sparta's gonna win?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't think
They
yeah.
should be. They
I don't
should
think
be.
yeah.
It should be New Mexico. All right. I think Florida is, like I said, rolling right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give the nod. I want to give the nod to Penny. What do you want to do?
Same. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm with it.
You, like I said, you've seen Maryland, so I haven't. So,
Mhm.
Texas Tech, Missouri.
Missouri.
I'm willing to go Missouri if you want to.
Missouri, yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're going with the upset
It's
there.
upset, yeah.
The nation wants this,
Yeah.
and boy, Patino wants this bad because to get back on this
Yeah.
game, I'm going St. John's on this one.
Great.
Yeah, I think he would love to get him back on that one. All right, let's go to the other side, East Midwest, round of 32. As long as there's a Cooper flag, there's a way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm going with Duke on that one.
Arizona. This is not an upset.
I'm probably going a different way in my bracket, but I'll go with the chalk on this one. No surprises here. They've seen each other, so
Yeah. Wisconsin.
Name brand?
Wisconsin.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Vandy and Alabama. I'm thinking that's Alabama because there's no surprises here either.
Mhm.
Houston and Gonzaga. Gonzaga has been a thorn in Houston's side for a few years. I think Gonzaga put them out twice.
Yeah. It's a new year. It's a new year. U of
New
H.
year, new day. Let's go
Yeah.
with Houston.
Yep.
All right. I don't know anything about Purdue, so I'm going to go Clemson. I don't think Purdue has what Clemson has.
Kentucky at this point.
You see Illinois. You want to go Kentucky?
Kentucky. At this point.
Okay, all right. So Kentucky makes it to the Sweet 16 along with Tennessee. And there you go. Sweet 16. Okay. Auburn and Michigan. Though I think it's gonna go a different route. We should have went a different route for the show.
What you mean?
We didn't even think about it. It would have been Louisville, Michigan.
Yeah.
That's all right. It will be a different thing.
It's where the upset happens, right here.
You know
Okay.
what? I'll play you a silly game. Nah, I'll play you a silly game. I'll give it to you. If you want to go there, I'll give it to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you really believe that though?
Anything can happen. It's a tournament. It's a tournament,
no.
man.
So
Anything
no,
can
you
happen.
don't, actually.
Anything
No,
can
you don't,
happen.
actually. But here's why I want to do it. Because we didn't do Louisville, Michigan, so Michigan State would be just as good. I would love
Yeah.
that. And it'd be the first time I think it's ever happened. I don't ever
Yeah.
think it happened in the
Yeah,
tournament.
I don't think so.
So, all right. This is where the dream for Memphis dies at Florida. This is where it dies for Missouri.
Yeah.
As long as there's a Cooper flag.
There's a way.
This is a rematch, I think, too, by the way. I think this is a rematch.
Yeah.
I think they played early in the season. I want to say Arizona may have gotten them, but not this time.
Yeah.
We're leaning heavily on the SEC right now.
Yeah, I think they got the most teams in the tournament, don't they?
They do. They have 14.
Yeah.
A new record.
Let's see.
I think Tennessee wins this.
Yeah.
They played some tough games, but I think Tennessee finally shuts all that down. Okay, Elite Eight. Michigan State. I'm out of it.
Going with Go Blue.
Is this going to end with Michigan winning the championship?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know if I can stand for that.
St.
This is going to be a much tougher game than Florida could have ever possibly thought that it could. I think Florida, because they can shoot the three, wins a very, very, very tough game.
Yeah, you have to shoot the three in the tournament. You have to
gotta hit threes in the tournament, and that's where I think this is where St. John's comes to an end. I will say it again.
Duke and Alabama.
Well, you know what?
I don't know, man. I don't know. But I throw Cooper flag a bone.
The better team is Alabama.
Yeah, for sure. But if Cooper flag go off, then Alabama.
I think Alabama too. I think Alabama pulls up the upset. Houston and Tennessee.
It's time.
Yeah, it's time. I think it's time. The Final Four, we have it locked. Here we go. Michigan versus Florida.
Back to 2013. Yeah.
Did they play Florida in 2013 too?
Yeah.
Wow, rematch.
Yeah.
Different teams this time though.
Yeah. I mean, realistically, I give it to Florida.
Okay, all right. Let's have an honest moment here. Alabama, Houston. I think it's their time. I think Kelvin cracks the code.
Yeah.
So, Florida versus Houston. Who are the five as a show officially picking to win the championship?
H-Town, baby.
I'm going to go with you.
H-Town, baby.
I think Calvin Sampson finally cuts down the nets in a game for the ages. There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a pretty good Final Four right there.
It is. That'd be a nice Final Four. I'd like that.
Yeah.
I can live with that. All right. There you go. All right. This was inevitable because of what has happened.
Yeah.
And this is the first show of probably a few shows that we're going to do this week that will address this. So let us go ahead and do that. This past Saturday, we lost a giant in noise media, one of the founders of noise media, one of the co-creators of noise media. There are not enough accolades to give. He is the creator of the 5 song.
Yeah.
That and Popcorn World. Like, I had to pull myself together because I forgot that he did those songs this
Yeah.
Like,
for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
But we lost our beloved Shake Anderson this weekend. He has gone and transitioned to his final rest, and it is a blow. It is a blow. Noise media will never be the same again. Chad, correct me if I'm wrong, but Shake is an original member of the 5, right?
He is.
That's what I
He
thought.
is.
I was gonna say.
Yes.
I was gonna say he is an original member of the Five.
He is.
So, and so we are thankful for all that he has done. His imprint on noise is immeasurable. I mean, we will never be able to.
Yeah.
It's so embedded into the fabric of who we are. It's immeasurable, and we'll have more to say on some of the other shows that we have planned. But we just want to give a collective 5 shout out to our brother, to the legend in our minds, the great Sammy Shake Anderson, our big bro, Unc Noise. We just want to give him all the love that he so richly deserves. So that is our collective shout out. And if it's okay with you, Chad, I think I'd like to close on that shout out.
Hey, you ain't got no problems with me, brother.
Yeah. So
No problem with me.
we just we're just happy to have had the opportunity for him to be a part of our journey, for us to be a part of it. So we love you. God bless
Definitely
you, brother.
love y'all.
Appreciate you. We'll see you on the other side, man.
There's no mystery. Let's make history with the 5. All the strongest, 2 and 3. Add 1 more plus me and do the 5. Yeah, we keep it on the floor. And the funk was 4 and you got 5. 5. I said before. 1 and 9 is 10, and there ain't no span on the 5. There's no denying it. This groove here is the